Today is a special day, a particular day, because we are mourning Queen Sirikit's passing of Thailand. And this period of time is allowing me to better understand how Thailand is run as a constitutional monarchy in compared to the US, which is a democratic republic. So I thought I'd make a video just kind of explaining some fundamental changes and differences that you'll notice and how you, as an expat, a tourist, can be respectful of how things are run here. Because growing up in the US, which is all about systems and laws, you realize in Thailand it's more about legacy and loyalty. And I noticed it immediately when I would just be on the back of a motorbike appreciating the gorgeous skyline and buildings and foods and everything. And you'll just see these really ornament decorations and streets with portraits of the king. And I'm like, oh wow, this is nice. And I think in the US, particularly having just come off the back of a No King's Day protest, I mean, it's just very different. You cannot demand respect in a country where you are exploiting the people. So a monarchy in the US would absolutely not work, but I can appreciate it here because you can see there is a collective respect. And granted, the freedom of speech is different, of course. You cannot publicly offend um, the monarchy. But I think because of the culture here, because of the respect that everyone generally has for each other, that there is no need for that. So again, this country, it gets my respect in so many ways because I can see how they function so much better than the US. So I wanted to just kind of talk about Thailand's government for a little bit. And something that you should also be mindful of is if you are walking in the park or somewhere public and you hear a song playing on the loudspeaker, I first thought it was, because there's always things happening in Bangkok. So I thought it was a celebration. I thought it was someone paid for their birthday to be sung, but it was actually the national anthem, which can come on 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day. And all you have to do, especially as a foreigner, is just stand and observe the moment. Again, this is a country built on respect. There's no pledging allegiance, there's no saluting, there's no need for any of that. And I learned that the national anthem is called Pleng Chat Thai, and it's just a way to honor the country and its people. So I really appreciated that. And they said make sure as well that you don't take out your phone and that you're not smiling or laughing. It's just a moment of respect and reverence. So again, learning that the hard way, because I was in the park and I was on my walk, so oblivious. And I started to notice people stopping and I'm hearing this music and I'm just kind of in my own world of like, wow, what a beautiful day. And there's song playing. I was just, yeah. And eventually I saw that I was maybe one of four people that were still walking. So I immediately stopped and just out of a courtesy, I just bowed to the people around me because I didn't want them to take offense to my ignorance. But of course, there's grace. They can tell that I'm not from here. But it was great that I was able to learn that before, I don't know, I was in a more serious situation. So again, you see that in a monarchy, there's just so much respect and reverence that is a fabric of how society functions. And I can really appreciate that. So I guess let's just do a quick breakdown of the key differences between Thailand and US. So the type of government, like I said, Thailand is a constitutional monarchy. The US, we are a federal democratic republic. That confuses me. I just remember pledging allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands. And then I always just grew up thinking we were a democracy, when in actuality, there is no modern country or society today that is fully democratic, because that would mean that every single law, everything would be voted on by the people. That would probably mean for us that we would be holding elections every month. And so it just isn't sustainable or reasonable to be fully democratic. So I'm starting to now understand the Democratic Republic is because we vote as a democracy, we're able to vote for our representatives, and then the representatives decide on the laws. Okay, the head of state in Thailand is the king. Head of state in the US is the president. Now here's the biggest difference. The head of government in Thailand is the prime minister. The head of government in the US is still the president. So you can already see how there is a monopolization of power to one single person, even though the US, how we're run is that it's supposed to be divided into three branches so that one person doesn't have total control. And yet we're seeing one person dominating, having total control. And uh, yeah, so we'll get to that in a second. And then the military role in Thailand is more of like, I think the military has more power than the government, which is the military as a collective has more power than the prime minister. And that's why in Thailand, there have been a few coups since the 1900s. But I think in recent years, especially, like things have stabilized and things are fine. But it's interesting because in the US, it's said that the military, there's supposed to be, it's supposed to be non-political. There's supposed to be a separation of, well, I'm getting that confused, church and state. But there's also the government is not always supposed to use the military in the way that they're currently using it now. So that's why I'm also a little bit confused by, wait, our constitution, if we're a constitutional democracy or a constitutional republic, how is it that we are still not actually abiding by the constitution that has been almost continuous since not 1787, not the actual day of the independence of the US, but I believe 1787 was the year the Constitution was actually instated. And Thai government, which was interesting to learn, they have actually adapted and modified and yeah, changed and evolved their constitution over the years. We have had the same one running continuously since 1787. So that is fascinating to me. And I want to read something that was circulating in a group chat about how Bangkok, Thailand specifically is observing the Queen's passing and how that is affecting, everyday life. And I can respect it. I know we do half mass in the US, but this goes beyond that. So I'm just going to read the text because it's, yeah, it's worth hearing it in full. So the first thing, this is a Thai government, this is a memo directly from the Thai government, loosely translated about the mourning period of the Queen. Mourning and lowering flags at half mast. The national flag will be lowered to half mast for 15 days, starting from the date of October 24th. That was the original announcement, okay, October 24th. So civil servants, state enterprise employees, and all government agencies will mourn by wearing black clothing for 30 days. Now, in Nigeria, this is reminding me of how sometimes a widow in mourning is supposed to wear black for several months, if not years. So this is fascinating. Then it talks about events or activities should be refrained. So to show respect for His Majesty's grace, the following activities should be refrained during the first 15 days after the announcement. So entertaining events, concerts, parties, and dances. This format can be adjusted, and events that cannot be postponed, such as weddings or important official ceremonies, should be limited to religious ceremonies or essential procedures. Try not to have music, flash decorations, and celebrations should be prohibited. Media and public relations. Media and online channels should maintain a calm tone and refrain from using joyful images or sounds. TV stations, websites, and social media should primarily broadcast news and documentaries honoring His Majesty, as well as programs expressing condolences. People using social media should refrain from posting inappropriate images or clips during this mourning period. And then last, organizational expressions of condolences. A condolence book can be opened at the office of the organization or educational institution. A black ribbon or bow should be attached to the left breast of a formal dress. If a public event is being held, it should begin with a minute of silence and an appropriate speech of condolence. So that's that. And it's really powerful, honestly, for me. And I share this not to intimidate you. And if you already start to sense that you're triggered by, the fact that some of the country kind of shuts down to mourn a loss, then this is not the country for you. They, Thai Thai society, Thai government, Thai locals give so much to foreigners and tourists that we don't even have to earn or that we inherently deserve. And I feel like this is the least that you can do is kind of honor the boundaries and the way that things are run and do it not thinking like you're coming, like Thailand does not exist as a backdrop for your vacation. Thailand does not exist and Thai people do not exist as servants to your I don't know, hedonistic pleasures. You really want to, yeah, just consider, be considerate, okay? And going back to the US and one person having too much power, which is the president, the three branches, executive, legislative, and judicial. Executive is for the president. This is like day-to-day affairs, operations, things that actually matter in like global perception. But the legislative, the Congress, Senate, and House, this should be a whole different branch. But right now, this branch is serving the president because it's majority Republican. And this is where we're at a complete loss and imbalance with power. And the judicial branch, which is the Supreme Court, we know how, wrongful convictions and unfair uh, penalties and sentences, like it all kind of feeds into the same power of corruption. And so I think from the outside looking in and having now gotten a better sense of how it is to live within a constitutional monarchy, I have a deeper appreciation for it. There's a peace. You can't just like riot. No one has guns. You can't there's just a sense of order. And so even if you might not understand a monarchy and having a king and a queen and a prime minister and what's the difference between a prime minister and a president, if it doesn't make sense to you, it's okay. You don't have to fully understand it to respect it and be a part of it. So yeah, I mean, I'm not, technically working as a public employee, but I'm going to do my best to wear muted clothing when I'm outside in the next 15 days as they requested. I think yeah, and I'm going to see if I can learn, if I can learn how to say, I'll ask my Thai tutor to teach me how to properly say something about my condolences to your queen, something that just can honor um, them. And something that I also noticed when I was reading some of the news is that the queen hadn't been seen in the public for 10 years. So I think as her health was declining or however, whatever had happened, it seemed like they wanted her public perception to always be one that people remembered in a positive and vibrant light. So I thought that was interesting. And yeah, I'm just fascinated by it all. But yeah, I hope this video was insightful. If anything, not all of them will be centered around, your journey, maybe of what you can learn and how you can, yeah, speed up your process of moving to Thailand. Some of them are just going to be things and reflections that I'm experiencing in real time, as this happened today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You can like and subscribe. If you are new here, my name is Glow, and I'm making videos pretty much every day to talk about my journey abroad, living in Thailand, and helping you do the same. More resources in the link in the video description. You can check here for other ways that you can work for me and help you plan your escape abroad. We're having our next live workshop November 20th. And here was yesterday's video. All right, I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.